G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So I've got a little bit of almost fine weather. What I'm doing there is trying to level out those pavers on the bottom that I'm going to use to put the legs on. I think we've got our, certainly my first YouTube collaborative build. So Southpaw Davey's been slipping me a few bits of tactical advice here. So yeah, I'm leveling them out. There'll be 6 sets of paver bases because there's 6 legs obviously. Each of the legs is 1 metre high. So when I get 6 bloody lots of those little pavers in and they're all nice and level, we'll have a look at that and then we'll talk about the next step. Okay, so ignore those pieces of wood on top that are sort of forming an A. They're just there to make me a kind of workbench as I carry on with the project. The foundations are in, that's those pavers, and they're relatively level, so they're not perfect but they're pretty bloody good actually. The top, the cross railings lengthwise have been attached. They're double screwed, and if you have a look up under this front one, see if I can manage to pull this off, there you go. The front legs and the back legs are all bracketed. The middle legs aren't. I didn't bother about doing them. So hopefully that will prevent any catastrophes. You can see the posts I used for the legs. Last time I used that kind of wood. This time I've gone to a much bigger 100 by 75 mil. It's actually a fence post, a treated pine fence post. So I'm hoping that that will well and truly stand up to wear and tear. I think it'll straighten, those legs will probably straighten a little once we start to get some weight in there. I know that particularly that front one looks like it's on a bit of a wobbly angle. It's pretty well not. It just likes to spring out that way when there's no weight really holding it down. Classic. You can see the leg in the middle at the back there. I've missed the level by about 1 or 2 millimeters. I'm pretty confident that'll drop down onto its base as well. So what minor problems there are at the moment, I expect they'll vanish pretty damn quickly once we get weight on there. Alrighty, so it didn't rain today, so I actually got something done. It's a bloody miracle. Alright, see you next time. So you can see along the bottom I've added bracing to try and stop the legs from moving. I've side braced at the top as well, that surely between both the braces and the brackets and everything else it should hold, but I'm also going to brace lengthwise, so that way as well along the bottom probably, because the top's braced by those cross members. So yeah, that's where we're at today. Alright, so the next lot of bracing's in. It's probably far from pretty. But as I did it, I started to work out, geez Andy, you're not here trying to make a beauty bloody treatment, mate. You're trying to hold it together. So I stopped cutting the ends off boards and stuff. I figured, why the hell am I bothering doing all that? But that should do. You can see it's double screwed on each end. So between bracing each way, it's got a hell of a lot of bloody bracing. And don't forget what happens up the top here is the boards run sideways like my workbench top there at the moment. They'll run sideways. They won't be as long as that, but that's okay. So that'll brace it at the top as well. Now Uncle Marky from Bridgeman Downs is supposed to bring over some steel bracing. You know, that sort of stuff that's got lots of holes in it and you screw it on to brace everything up. So I'll put that on the outside, on that far side. I probably won't do it on this side because I want to be able to get things in under there for storage. But we'll see what happens, shall we? So that's where we're up to at the moment. The day's almost at an end. I've cut the top. I haven't attached any of that top yet, but I've just cut it because I wanted to sort of get it so I can see what it's going to look like. I won't. It's obviously not square. because you've got different amounts of those cross members. Oh, and I can see it's not in the middle either, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. Like I say, it's not attached. But I'm going to leave little bits sticking out here so I can attach posts to them, I think. Because remember, I also have an endeavour to make this rat proof. So, I think I did alright for the day. Certainly looks different to what the old one used to. See if I can back up a bit. Obviously don't mind the mess. But yeah, there you go. Well, there's the quails. So once that's built and all in place, which will be a little while yet, the quails will all get shoved back on their normal place, which is about where that yellow level you can see there is. That's what the material on the ground is, to give them a level base. So there you go. That's it for another day. Actually, I'm going to post this, I think, tonight. I know I'm not finished, but that way, like Davey gave me the advice about put it on the concrete pads, on the pavers. That was good. So I'm wondering, maybe someone will chirp in something vital before I get all that top screwed on and then find out I have to pull the bloody thing off. You got any hints or tips? Don't be shy, folks. I ain't, as a builder, I make a bloody good photographer. Alright, see ya.